Hello, I want to welcome you to Module 1 of the Niche Cash Machine Blueprint, the accelerated video version. I'm really excited that you're here because I put a lot of effort into the Niche Cash Machine, and I truly believe that everything you need to be successful is in this program. So, Module 1, as you can see, I called it Your Struggle Ends Today. In my opinion, this is the most important module of the entire program. So I want you to take this seriously. I want you to take notes. And again, this is the most important part of this entire program because this will make or break you. And I personally have experience with it. So failure is not an option. You have to take it upon yourself to know that failure is not an option for you. If you see the little graphic here, you'll see that there's two sides. There's success and failure. I called the failure side the shiny object side. And what you may notice is that on the success road, there is actually, a few roadblocks, but they're not anything that you cannot overcome. And I'm going to show you in this entire program how to overcome any obstacle that you come across. Unfortunately, the shiny object failure side always leads to a dead end. And most people, because it's the easy road, always take that road. So it basically looks like this. I mean, most people, just because there's no failure and they get to the shiny object and they have dreams of making millions overnight and all that hype and all that nonsense, they always take that road. And once in a while, a few people actually slip through. Now, these are the people who will become your next big internet marketers, your successful people who have their own business. And that's what I want for you too. I don't want you to keep going through this shiny object cycle because you just kind of get stuck there. You basically go in and you buy product after product and you just keep going. The reality is that 99% of the people who buy how to make money products actually fail. It's really sad. And only 1% actually succeed. And that's not what I want for you. I want you to be the 1%. I actually want everyone who purchased the Niche Cash Machine, I want to have the biggest success rate. I want to have even bigger success rate than my mentor. So that's actually my goal, is to get as many people successful as possible through my program. And the shiny object side, basically they just keep feeding the internet marketing and niche machines. That's what they are. Like this traffic here, these people that are in this cycle of buying shiny object, those are the people who continuously buy product after product. And it's funny because the 1% who actually succeed are the ones selling them those products. And that's what I want for you. And the cycle just keeps going. The more people go into this, you get a very, very few that actually make it out into, their own successful businesses. And I want you to be on this side over here, the 1% side, the green side. And this video is all about that. So in this video, I'm going to tell you there are three vital elements to making money online. You need each one of these. Number one, you need a money-making mindset. That was my number one problem. That's why I spent 7 years in that whole cycle of 99% failure. You need a money-making mindset. You need a money-making plan. So once you have your mindset, you need a plan to follow. And then you need to take consistent, intelligent action. I'm going to cover that more later in this video. But when you have those three things, it's almost like a stool. you need all of them. All three are needed for success, because when you take one of the legs out of the stool, you're going to fall over. So you could have a plan, and you could take consistent, intelligent action, but it's funny because if you don't have a money-making mindset, you're not going to take consistent, intelligent action, because there's just things that are going to keep you from not being consistent and not doing things the right way. But if you have a good mindset, but you don't have a plan to follow, again, you're going to stay within that cycle. So you need to get a mindset, you need a plan, and you need to take consistent, intelligent action. You got all three, you will be successful. So these are the three most vital things to make money online. You get these things right, you will succeed, and that is what the Niche Cash Machine Blueprint is all about. I'm going to go through each one of these with you. In this video particularly, we are going to go over the money-making mindset. So I'm going to help you here. What I need you to do is I really need you to soak this video in, and you got to want it for yourself. So please soak this video in, because this is a huge foundational step. Now I know that you probably sighed, because everybody just wants to learn the strategies and the traffic techniques and all that stuff, and nobody really cares about mindset and that kind of thing. But I'm telling you, it is the most important thing to becoming successful. So for the rest of this video, I'm going to go over the 10 money-making mindset commandments that will propel you to greatness. I'm telling you, if you do these and practice these, you will be successful. I personally had problems with all of these things, and until I got them down, it was the turning point. And that's what I want for you. I want to get you out of that cycle and into the successful cycle. So again, I'm giving you a warning. You cannot succeed without these things. So please do not stop this video or just skip to the next video, the next module, because you need these things. I promise you that. Because if you don't have these things, you'll just be on to whatever next product there is. And I assure you that everything you need to succeed is in this program. So you need to do these things. Number one, you need to believe in yourself and your dream. I got a nice picture over here of Michael Jackson and Michael Jordan, two of the greats in their industries. When you believe in yourself, study the greats and become greater. And that's what I want for you. I'm successful online, and what I want you to actually be better than me. So I want you to take what I'm teaching you, put it into action, and I want you to come back later with a testimonial and say, hey, Chris, I did even better than you. That's what I want for you. And never say never, because limits, like fears, are often an illusion. There is no limits. Like, you could do anything. You are what you think you are. So whatever you put in your head, that's what you're going to be. That's what I did for most of my life. I was just a warehouse worker. And you got to see bigger things in yourself and in your future. And that's what I did. I didn't want to do that warehouse thing no more. And I knew quickly what I didn't want to do in life. And when you flip that switch, you could be anything. And you really need to start putting in better thoughts, because those better thoughts will come out in you. So outward action is the result of inward thoughts. So if we think bad, if we say, oh, this will never work, but it's never going to work. But if you believe in yourself and your dream, and you put those thoughts, they will manifest physically. I know that sounds like craziness, but it's the truth. You have to start thinking better, and when you think better, you will act better. You need to take it seriously, because this is honestly your life. Like, I do this full time. Like, this is I went from a warehouse that I hated to go to every single day to now doing what I love every day. And you could do exactly the same thing, but you have to take it seriously, and you have to treat it like a business. And don't let others bring you down. That's late. it's actually another commandment all by itself. But I know people will, they will just rain on your parade left and right, and you just can't, you know, you can't take that in, because again, you can't take those negative inward thoughts, because they're just going to manifest inside of you and not do anything with them. So don't let others bring you down. That brings us into the next one. Number 2, don't let anything or anyone stop you. Here's a nice little graphic. Don't put the key to your happiness in someone else's pocket. You're an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. We think differently than the rest of the world. And I know that firsthand, because that's been the story of my life. Like, we don't think like the rest of the people. Like, a lot of society is within a box, and we're out of the box. People will definitely try to discourage you because they just don't understand what we do. They don't understand our industry. You know, you tell people you sell things online or whatever, they can't concept it. A lot of people just think the world revolves around, lawyers and doctors, and what we do is just craziness. So people will definitely discourage you. It's only because they just don't understand. There will be roadblocks to overcome. It's guaranteed. But it's how you, and they're not even that serious. Like, it's how you get past those roadblocks and don't let those roadblocks stop you. That's going to make you successful. And again, we're entrepreneurs. We think outside the box. So people just aren't going to see the same things we see. So, don't let that stop you. Don't let anyone, bring you down. It's whatever. You take it in, and don't even take it in. That brings us to number 3. Failure is inevitable. Don't get discouraged. Only those who dare to fail greatly can achieve greatly. This is the truth. Like, I failed a ton of times, and a lot of it was my own stupidity, and that is another thing. That is why the Niche Cash Machine is so important, because I'm actually going to show you a lot of things that you don't have to go through, because I've already done them, and I could cut off some paths for you not to go down. And that's what I'm going to do. Same thing with my with the monthly membership. Like, that's me guiding you, and that's what I want to do. Failure is a guarantee. The road to success is paved with failures. The only thing we have to do is we have to fail. Try and fail as quickly as possible to learn from each one. Honestly, every one of my failures was my biggest learning lessons. Like, each one of my failures, I learned more than I actually did from any kind of strategy I learned. So, I actually think failures are a good thing. They make us grow as individuals, and they make us grow as business people. You'll learn that nothing in IM works 100% of the time. And the goal is to fail less each time. So you fail, and every time you fail, just fail a little bit less. And that's really the goal. And what happens is that, we fail, but when we hit it hard, and it's a great industry to be in, even with the failures and the things that don't go so well. But you're in good hands, so don't worry. Number 4, you need to keep it simple. This is a big one, because a lot of people try to jam too much stuff in, and they never get anywhere. They never get ahead, because they're always trying to make things perfect. Strip down to the bare essentials. You don't have to have all the fancy things that other people have. What you're going to learn in the Niche Cash Machine is that I'm going to teach you how to build a well-oiled machine, to a real online business. And what it is you could get the foundations going and then bolt on other things as it's rolling. And a lot of people wait to have everything all together before they do anything, and that's not the right way to do it. We definitely tend to make things harder than they need to be. it really, you'll see in the rest of the modules that it's really not that difficult, and we don't have to make it that difficult. So you need to focus on the most important things that will directly affect your business and sales. So there's a lot of things that I said, like once your business is rolling, you could bolt on and test things and stuff like that. But in the beginning, that's not the time to do it, because a lot of that will just turn into wasted energy. And I have a actually perfect example for it. My very first product, it took me a year to put together, only because I was trying to learn every certain specific thing. So, and this is my shadow example, because actually I was trying to make a testimonial box, but I was actually trying to make a shadow under the testimonial box. And what happened was I didn't know how to do it. So I actually spent 2 weeks to learn how to put this little shadow under this little testimonial box. Now, honestly, that 2 weeks could have been spent doing something more important, like creating a bonus or working on my sales funnel. Those 2 weeks could have been put towards something that was going to directly affect my business and sales, not some little shadow. So keep it simple. Again, once it's rolling, and you could add your little shadows anywhere you want. But don't waste the time doing that stuff that's not going to directly affect your business and sales. Number 5, always remember your why. This is a huge one. Nothing great will ever be achieved without great men or women. And men or women are great only if they are determined to be. So, your why. What is your why? And basically, your why is, why do you want it so bad? Why did you go online and search for how to make money? Like, what is the reason? And money is, I'm not going to take money as an answer. It needs to be something deeper than that. For me, I hated my job, and I couldn't see me spending the rest of my life there. I hated it so much to where every morning when the alarm clock rang, it was just a feeling of dread came over me, and I knew that I didn't want that. I also wanted to be able to support my family, because I wasn't able to with my job. So that was my biggest why. And of course, I wanted freedom, financial freedom. I wanted to be able to be free and do what I wanted to do, and buy the things I wanted to buy, and go on vacations and all that. I wanted all that materialistic stuff too, but at the core, I just wanted to be free, and I wanted to be happy, and eventually I wanted to help people. And now that is where I am now, which is amazing, because I get to do something I love every single day, and I get to help people now, and that is a huge thing for me. So you have to get your why. I want you to do that. Why do you want it so bad? Why did you purchase the Niche Cash Machine? There's a reason, and you need to find that reason, because I'm telling you, that will propel you. Because you could call on your why during times of struggle. A lot of times, like as we're going, we get all pumped up, and sometimes things don't really go so well or go the way we want to, and the fire inside of us, sometimes gets dim. And your why is something that you could call on and reflect on, and use it to rekindle the fire inside of you, to make you want to keep going. So this is why your why is so important. Always keep it on you. It's like your weapon and your armor. Because when you don't, sometimes you feel like quitting, you could call on your why and reflect on your why, and that'll get you fired up and pumped up to keep going. It is your most important motivator through hard times. So again, it's something, it's personal, whatever your why is, but it will keep you on track. And Your why is worth a little effort, isn't it? So, building a business, internet business, is, takes a little bit of effort. Nothing compared to unloading trucks 50 hours a week. I'm telling you right now. And not only that, but you're going to enjoy it, I think, because I know I do. So that little effort is worth whatever your why is, right? So you want to have financial freedom. If a little effort is in between you and financial freedom, that little effort is worth doing, isn't it? And I think I think I know the answer. So moving on. This is a good one because number 6, you have to be both the boss and the employee. So you're going to have to learn how to split yourself, because I have personal experience. Everything in the Niche Cash Machine comes from personal experience that I did myself. Basically, the boss in you makes the decisions and makes the plan, and then you have the employee in you that fulfills them. When we run into problems is when we try to be both at the same time. Now, basically, what happened to me was you have a lot of thoughts, and we're creative because we're entrepreneurs and stuff. So you come up with these plans or thoughts and ideas for new products or whatever. And that's the boss in you coming up with the plan and the decision making. And now when you go into employee mode, where you actually have to put these things into action, what tends to happen is you get like halfway through of any kind of productivity, and then the boss in you comes back and comes out with a new plan, and you just keep bouncing back and forth. And what tends to happen is that you have 100 unfinished projects instead of one finished one. So you have to learn how to be the boss and the employee, and you have to learn to do it at separate times. So what you have to do is you have to make a plan in advance and then complete it. So what I usually do is, like, on Monday, I would write out my plan for the entire week of what needed to be done. And, we're going to go into later in this video about why that's important to chunk it out like that. But so I would be the boss for Monday, write out a plan, or even Sunday night, whenever you want to start your work, and write out a plan for the week of what needs to be accomplished. And then you flip into employee mode, and your employee mode, you fulfill that. I hope that makes sense. And put your boss to rest, and don't let him come out until it's everything is completed. Number 7, take baby steps. This is huge. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. A lot of the times, the entire puzzle, the internet marketing puzzle, internet business puzzle, can be overwhelming because we think of it as a whole, and it doesn't have to be that way. What you need to do is you need to break everything down into bite-sized puzzle pieces. This way, it's easy to manage, and it'll keep you productive because you're not so overwhelmed. Then once you got everything chunked down into puzzle pieces, plan out each piece into your actionable business plan. This would be what your boss does. Monday do this, Tuesday do that, and then at the end of the week, the puzzle gets completed. So basically, the Niche Cash Machine is a perfect example of that, because there's a lot of videos, there's a lot of PDFs, there's a lot of elements to this product, because I wanted to make it a really, really good product, and really comprehensive. So if I was to look at it as a whole, it would be overwhelming, because I'd be like, oh man, I got to make module 1, module 2, and all that. But what you do is, what I did was, like, Monday is module 1, so I would, I put together all the slides and I shot module 1, and once that's complete, that's it. And then Tuesday would be module 2, Wednesday, module 3, and so on and so forth. And what you do is you plan it out. So, from conception of whatever you're doing to finish, it's all chunked out. This way, by the time you get to the finish, it's all completed. And you didn't overwhelm yourself and make yourself crazy. And you're going to see later on in the different modules how this stuff is implemented. But, that's the niche cash machine itself is a perfect example. Like, you need to take consistent action, and by doing that, you break everything down, and it's manageable that way. And it actually comes out even better. Your products will come out better because you're focusing on little pieces in more detail. Number 8, stop treating it like a hobby, and by it I mean your business. Obsessed is a word the lazy use to describe the dedicated. So, this isn't a hobby. Be serious about this. This is a real business. I make real money. I make a lot of money. I know that was terrible English, but you need to be serious about this. This is real business here. This could change your life, I promise you. If you treat your business like a hobby, then that is all it ever will be, I promise you. You need to be serious about this. I know if you don't have time, I'm not saying that you probably have a day job and you probably work a 9 to 5 or whatever you work. But you have to, by not treating it like a hobby, I don't mean like you have to put in full time. I mean, I worked full time at the warehouse, so I would go in at 8 in the morning and come home at 6, and then at 6 until midnight I would work on my internet business. And that's what you need to do. You need to fit in time to make it happen. And then eventually you will be able to, quit your job or do whatever you want to do. So, be serious and treat it like a real business. And again, you're only going to get out what you put in. So if you're not serious and you don't put in what you need to put in, you're only going to get out what it is you put in. Number 9, stop procrastinating. This was probably my number 1 reason why it took me so long to become successful. Like I said, I wasted 7 years of my life just spinning around the hamster wheel, mainly because of this number 9 right here. This is probably my most favorite quote ever. A year from now, you will wish you had started today, because time moves extremely fast. So you need to stop procrastinating. Make today the first day of your new life, and you're off to a great start. I promise you. You purchased the Niche Cash Machine Blueprint. Hopefully you're in my coaching program as well. But make today, you're also watching this video, so that you're off to a great start and you're doing fantastic already. I promise you. You are well ahead of the game. And if you stick with me and you stick with the Niche Cash Machine Blueprint, I promise you it will you will be successful. So make today the first day of your new life. Like, commit that to yourself, like you owe it to yourself to do that. Again, time moves very fast and waits for no one. I don't know if you ever heard, but Father Time heard of the saying, but Father Time is undefeated. Time moves extremely fast. You will blink and a year will be gone and you will be in the same spot. So please stop procrastinating and, again, make today the first day of your new life. There is no tomorrow, I promise you that, because that was my big thing. I used to always say, I'll do that tomorrow, do that tomorrow, do that tomorrow. And tomorrow never came because it just kept moving ahead. So there is no better time than right now. Excuses are just permission to fail, so no excuses. Right now is your time. That's why I named this video Your Time Is Now. Number 10, get a plan, and you need to take consistent, intelligent action. Here's another great quote: vision without action is a daydream, and action without vision is a nightmare. So you need a plan, which I got you covered, because that's what the Niche Cash Machine Blueprint is all about. I'm going to give you the plan, but you need to take consistent, intelligent action. A plan will lead you in the right direction. It's a map. If you don't have a map, you just go all over the place, and a plan will get you in the right direction and point you where you need to go. And I got you covered with that. I'm going to give you everything I know. It's just up to you to take consistent, intelligent action on it. You need to get off the hamster wheel and start doing. That's, it ties into number 9 with procrastination. That hamster wheel is, you just keep going around and around, and you stay on that road of, shiny object, and you keep buying product after product after product. You need to stop doing that and start, taking action. And start doing. Simply taking action is not enough. If you've been involved in internet marketing or anywhere around the forums or whatever, you'll hear of, taking action. You have to take action. You have to take action. But that is not actually correct. You could take a lot of action in the wrong direction. So you can't just take action. You need to take consistent, intelligent action. When you're consistent, your business will grow. When you take intelligent action, you're following your plan. So like I said, if you just take action, you could take a ton of action in the wrong direction. And that's not what I want you to do. I want you to take consistent, intelligent action. Again, I got the plan for you. And the rest of the modules are going to be all about that. So in this module, I just really wanted you to get your mindset correct, because if you don't have that, it doesn't matter what plan I give you or anyone else gives you, you will not be successful with it if you don't have the right mindset to carry it out. I hope that makes sense to you, and I hope you take it seriously, because it was my number one reason why I wasted 7 years of my life. So I got homework for you. At the end of every module, you're going to get homework, because again, I want you to be successful. I want you to succeed with the Niche Cash Machine Blueprint. I want you to send me your testimonial of how much butt you're kicking, and how much money you're making, and how much better you are doing than me. So at the end of every module, you're going to get homework. It's not hard homework, but number 1, you need to find your why. I want you to find your why, maybe even write it down. Go to a park, to a quiet place somewhere where you could collect your thoughts. And I want you to write your why down. It's really that important. That's your homework for today. Number 2, I want you to get excited, because honestly, this is everything you're gonna need. So find your why, and I want you to get excited, because in the next modules, we're really going to ramp it up, and you're going to get started. And I really believe this is the beginning of your new life, your new business. And watch module number 2. But what I want you to do today, I don't even want you to watch module 2 right now. I want you to take the rest of the day off. I want you to find your why and get excited. That is the 2 things I want you to accomplish. And once you have that, then I want you to go to module 2. So I really hope you enjoyed module 1. I really hope you see how important it is. You need to get the right mindset. I'm talking to you from my heart here. It really is that important. When you got the mindset to succeed, and you're fired up, you will have the ability to carry out any plan anyone gives you. So it's that important, and that's why I said this was one of the most important modules in the whole blueprint. Now the rest of the modules, we're going to learn fun stuff. We're going to learn how business works and what we actually do and how to put it all together, and get excited, because you're going to start your own business finally. And I'm so looking forward to seeing you do that. So again, thank you for watching Module 2. I'm super excited for you. You know, I'm excited to bring you the rest of the stuff. So I'll see you in Module 2. Take care.